Everybody, and welcome back to Perjury. Today, we are continuing our investigation. Eubanks is apparently the killer. We have to look into him now to see if he really is. May 2nd, Azure City Police Precinct Number 5 viewing room. That was stressful. It only feels stressful because it's not over. There are too many lingering questions. We have some time before the plea deal is ready. We should investigate what we can. But we already investigated Eubanks Investments. Where else can we go? What we need is information. If Mr. Eubanks really is the culprit, was it premeditated or an accident? See what I'm getting at? Something happened in that room that led to Anton's death, and I'd bet money it's related to the company. How do we figure out the motive? Let's start from the top. What do those two have in common? They both lead Eubanks Investments? If we only knew how to find out more about Anton's business deals... Then we need to figure that out. And I know just who to ask. I think we should talk with Chandra Lear. She worked with Mr. Eubanks long enough to know something. Your dad, Ash, has a history with the Eubanks. We should see if he learned anything since yesterday. Alright, so that's two people. Who else? Besides witnesses, we should also go see Red. If there are any updates on the body, he would likely know. Sounds like a plan. Let's go talk with all of them. Better clean up my notes. I don't need information about the lobby now. Removed old evidence and statements. Red should be here. Let's look around the station first. Is this gonna change any? All this time I never noticed the flowers outside the station. Those have been here since I started working here. Yeah, no. What's more shocking? Joy spying on Anton or her being paid by Anton's ex-wife Vivica? For me, it was the ex-wife part. She must really hate his guts to have done that. Yeah, we can't even listen to the recording either. This whole case could be solved. What Joy did was illegal. Using illegal evidence is just as bad, if not worse. Hold on. I want to see something. Yeah, no, it's not. It's illegally obtained evidence. So the onus falls onto, the cops. So, like, Red wouldn't be able to use his recording because that was illegally obtained by a police officer. But, Joy's recording, albeit illegal, would be legal to use as evidence because the police got it legally. I think. I think that's the thing. Yeah. Anyways, unlike Joy, the police reflect the values of our society. I want to be someone the public looks up to, which I can't do if I start breaking the law. But it's not breaking the law. You'd be in the clear... Dog, stop! You'd be in the clear because you didn't obtain it illegally. But if you can't solve this case without such evidence, isn't that just as bad? I wouldn't want a police system that can't solve any case. I wish I had the answer, but I don't. But if you ask me, we don't need the full recording, just the struggle. Joy's other evidence was enough to get us this far, so let's finish what we started. I can't believe Lowell helped move a body. I wouldn't do that. The blood feeling of death all around. Given that we couldn't find any blood in the building, he did a good job moving it. That's not the type of phrase I expected. Tampering with evidence is wrong, but doing it right is tough. I should ask him, so I know what to look for next time. I would rather the knowledge disappear. It would make our job so much easier. Do you know, do you think Mr. Eubanks really did it? He's not the most forthcoming, but I just can't see him as a murderer. We still don't know what happened, but I do know something. He seemed very sad about Anton's death. He did, but maybe he regrets it. Only regretting it after pulling the trigger. Twice? That's certainly possible. If only regret could turn back time. Sometime before Lowell's plea deal is ready, we should find more evidence. I'll talk to her about this after we finish our investigation. Huh. Wait a second, Missouri City Police Precinct No. 5 Station Offices. Detective Hunt, are you here? While you were with Lowell, Ernest took Joy back to Eubanks Investments. He did? Why did he do that? Since Joy is trying to cooperate with police, she said there might be some evidence that could be useful. So they headed back to Eubanks Investments. There's no time like the present. We should hurry. You can certainly go there now, but you wanted to speak to Chantra, right? She's waiting in the interrogation room. Ernest also left behind a gift for you, too. A gift? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the world's greatest illusionist, Maggie Shawn. Fuck you. Fuck you. Annie, what are you doing here? Pick a card and find out. Since Annie worked with her victim, Ernest thought she might know something. So I had a whole trick planned. If you want that deal with our district attorney, no magic until this case is done. Fine. No magic until this case is done. She really wants that deal. So, what can the world's greatest illusionist do for you? Any card. Landlady of the motel the class orphanage uses. Stage name is Maggie Shawn. She's working with the police after getting arrested for helping Anton. We know that Anton wanted to buy the Klaus orphanage and hide that from the Eubanks. Do you know anything that could help us out? Lucky for you, this is one secret a magician can share. Statement. Anton's plans were to convert the old motel into townhouses, the fancy type. With a popular church and one of the best schools nearby, wealthy families would pay pretty handsomely for a spot. That's why he was lucky enough to get Bill to agree to move the orphanage back in March. Eubanks Investments' plan is to get property everywhere in Azura City. He never told me directly, but knowing close-up magic makes borrowing papers pretty easy. Oh, okay. You just stole them. Anton wanted to convert the orphanage into townhouses. This was part of his plan to get properties, and not just the orphanage, all around Azura City for Eubanks Investments. Come to think of it, on the day we spoke to him...
The motel isn't what matters. It's the land it sits on. It's situated on a property gold mine. That land could be put to much better use. That old area ought to be transformed into new luxury townhouses and condos. A plethora of Azura City's finest would love nothing more than to settle their families right next to Whitehall.
Turns out he did spell it out for us. Speaking of which, what's a townhouse? They are smaller houses that can be bunched up together by cutting out extra space. They might sell for less each, but you can make more townhouses on a single plot of land, which leads to higher profits. Why not make more apartments? You can get even more units to sell, because apartments tend to be sold to the upper class. Anton wanted that upper class money. the lower class, and Anton wanted that upper class money. After all, the best way to make money is to take it from those who already have it. That's the magic of profit. Thank you, Annie. If we have any issues with your statement, then we will let you know. When you're ready, we can head out. What's this book here for? It's our BOP, Book of Police. It holds our rules and policies at the station, which you would know if you ever read it. I mean, I have been so busy doing paperwork and solving cases. Not enough time in the day for everything. And when this case is finished, I want you to read this cover to cover. I'm certain that she thinks she wants me to suffer. Luna's looking good as always. Do you hear that, Justina? Hear what? Your computer's begging you, please, don't leave me. There's so much work to do. Don't worry, you wonderful machine. I'll be back soon. There's no pressure, but if you don't solve this case soon, you might have to sell her off. But Sophie and I finally named her last week. She's too young to be sold. Then you'd better hurry. Her life is on the line. As if I needed more motivation to solve this case. What's this medal for? It's from the mayor's office for outstanding service to the city. Is our station really that good? Do you think Detective Hunt kept his title for his looks alone? I suppose not. Rewarded for solving the UO13 incident. What's that? Sounds like a case number. It was a case Detective Hunt solved a few years ago. Better ask the man himself, but wait until after this case. I'll ask him later, then. Maybe if I stay at the station long enough, I'll find out about it. Annie, how do you really feel about Mrs. Eubanks? Is that really important? You had some choice words for her during your confession. What I want to know is why. She was always out of touch. Privileged to do whatever she wanted. She pretends to be so down to earth, all flowers and sunshine. But she never really understood people like me and Belle. We can't all just follow our dreams the same way she can. So yes, I only treated her nicely for work reasons. Does that answer your question? It does, but I think you're the one misunderstanding her. She really did see the best in you. She defended you because she believed in you, that you weren't capable of hurting anyone. I think if you asked her, she might have helped you with your dream. I think we should move on. So I heard Anton kicked the bucket. What happened to him? If we knew that, there wouldn't be a case to solve. All we can say is that he died a couple of nights ago. Your statement could help us solve this case. So, you don't seem upset about the news. We both just had the same goal in mind. Otherwise, we are no different from strangers.
The goal of committing a homicide.
Same thing for you two, right? Isn't this just another case to solve? She's right. I was more worried about my dad than Anton's death.
Well, because Anton's a fucking dick. He tried to get a man killed.
Dad once told me that we should never treat the dead like strangers. Ever since I took this case, I learned so much about him. The way he talked to people, his hobbies, his family. So to me, this case is more like honoring the memory of a friend. I never thought of it like that. Nor did I. It's just some wisdom taught me the day I was promoted.
So that's a lot. There's not gonna be anybody here, is there? Go down the list. May 2nd, Eubank Investments Lobby.
Welcome back to Eubank Investments, where we are investing in a beautiful future for you. Hi, Joy. What are you up to? The wonderful detective in red invited me to help him investigate. He said he could get me out of trouble if I cooperated. but he's currently in the president's office looking around. Thanks for the tip. Since you are helping him, would you help us out as well? Anything for our city's finest. She's such a suck-up, but I do like being called finest. I have something recorded you might want to hear. April 30th, 7:05 p.m. Eubanks Investments Reception Desk. At Owen's request, Lobo tried to arrange a meeting between Owen and Anton. When informed, Anton declined the meeting. He gave no reason why. I should look into this later. Beep. I didn't tell Mr. Eubanks that he declined the meeting. I'd better update our old statement. So if Mr. Eubanks contacted Lowell, how did you find out? I best keep that information to myself. It's best not to ask. So what stopped you from telling Mr. Eubanks when he got here? Because if I did, I wouldn't be able to eavesdrop on their meeting. 2 meetings worth of juicy information to send back to Vivica could get me a handsome paycheck from her. And look how that turned out. Lowell knew the meeting was declined. Anything else we should know? That's all for me. Your detective friend is upstairs. Thanks, Joy. We will head up there soon. We have a few questions to ask first.
I assume these are going to be the same. Oh. She doesn't have... okay.
So, do you think the Eubanks will let you keep this job? Mrs. Eubanks said she will decide after this case is over. But she's a wonderful person. I'm sure she will find it in her heart to forgive me. I'm not going to tell her she fired her maid for this exact reason. Maybe eavesdropping on Anton is different enough from a robbery? How did you get involved with Vivica? She came in one day and had to have a meeting with Anton. We spoke a bit while she waited. I dropped some juicy rumors on her and she asked if I could find any proof. Let's just say, I know how to get info around here. Pretty sure you would have been fired if you got caught. But you didn't get caught until today.
Sorry.
Juicy rumors, you say? Like what? Vivica wanted info to make the divorce go in her favor, so anything to make him look like a bad father. The big rumor was about his gun and his small collection of ammo hidden in his office. We didn't find any ammo when we were in there earlier. Where would it be? I still don't know. I had to spend 2 days stalking him just to find something for Vivica. And the best I could do was catch him bringing in ammo, then walking out without it. The other detective is currently up in the president's office looking for that ammo. Then let's check up on Red, and maybe he found something. Who knows what rumors... Who knew rumors could help us out? We heard the forensics team were checking Lowell's car. Were they able to finish up? They finished up a while ago. You're welcome to visit the garage again. The mechanic can update you on what they found. Thanks, Joy. We'll ask Mike about it.
Yeah, I guess parking garage first. Oh. Eubanks' car is gone.
Wait a second, Eubanks Investments garage. My favorite detectives! Welcome back. Hey, Meg. We heard forensics finished looking over Lowell's car. Do you happen to have the details? Sure do. The forensics team looked over the Lowell's car. The Lowell's car?
Isn't... yeah, it's just his first name. The Lowell's car. 0 out of 10. Literally unplayable.
Including the trunk and seats. They found small traces of blood and bits of white carpet in it. The blood belongs to Anton, and the carpet matches the one in his office. Other than that, there was nothing unusual, except this paper found inside the glove box. It has S-2021 written on it. I'd better update Meg's statement. What does S-2021 mean? You two are the detectives, isn't it your job to figure it out? I mean, yeah, but why must we do all the hard work? Also, I'm not a detective, I'm a paper pusher. These guys just drag me around. The least Lowell could do was write it write down what it is. Come on, Justy. Where's your sense of adventure? Figuring this out is half the fun. Is it so wrong to just want all the answers to be given to me? Then you shouldn't have become a detective. I'm not a detective! After this case, I'm going back to just being a clerk. Thanks for the update, Meg. You're welcome. I've got finishing touches to do on Anton's car. Good luck on the case.
I don't want to see.
This garage looks so much emptier now. I guess Eubanks took his car back home. Even left me a nice tip for watching over the cars. You got paid just to be here? If that's how he treats his employees, maybe I should get a job here. I've heard an executive assistant position has just opened up. You should apply. On second thought, no, I don't think I'm enough of a bootlegger to take Lowell's previous job. Never in a million years would I think Anton's body was placed in Lowell's trunk. Solving this case would have been so much easier if he had broken into his car like I suggested. I'm not saying we should have broken into it, but... And if we did, the evidence wouldn't get past any judge. So we had to do it the hard way. Sorry, had to take a drink of tea
That my older sibling got me because they're the fucking GOAT.
I know, I just wish the hard way wasn't so hard. We found out why the car was damaged. Turns out Lowell was the one who tried to drive it. And since he couldn't drive stick shift, that's what led to the taillights being damaged. I see. I told you no one could drive it without being taught. Sorry that his recklessness got you involved in this. Not at all. I should be thanking him. I get paid based on the damage. If he backed it into the wall one more time, I could have charged his family twice as much. You know what? I wish he did. Meg deserves that extra pay.
Oh, talk.
Where were the forensics? What were the forensics team like? I haven't gotten a chance to meet them. Honestly, pretty boring. They only talked to me after they finished up. I think they just needed someone to relay the results to you. They wouldn't even let me look in it in the car. I only wanted to pick apart... What? No, pick apart his car just a little. Sorry, Meg. The forensics team is filled with straightforward people. They tend to get overworked, so they don't have time to casually talk. Good to know. I'm not missing anything by not meeting them.
Wait, that is everything you have for me, right? Yeah. May 2nd, Eubanks Investments, President's Office. There you two are. Sue told me that the big man himself is being brought in for questioning soon.
Hey, Red, you heard right. Owen Eubanks himself is coming by. We need all the evidence we can get. Have you found anything?
Not yet. I've been searching Anton's desk. I tried getting into his computer, but I had no luck so far. It's password protected. There are also some updates on the autopsy report. As you know, Anton Chambers was shot twice. However, gunshot residue was just found on his coat's right arm. The first shot was a non-fatal shot to the abdomen, striking his right rib. The second was a fatal shot that pierced the heart, from which death was almost instantaneous. After the bullets were removed, they were tested for fingerprints. The Despite their best efforts, we couldn't lift any fingerprints off either one.
Better just update his previous statement with the new info. Fingerprints can be found on bullets? Forensics has a way of listing fingerprints on bullets, but it's very rare.
I mean, that sounds kind of... I'm assuming they mean discharged bullets. Now, the actual bullet itself, I think it would be impossible to get a fingerprint off of unless the print was placed after the bullet was discharged. Yeah, the bullet was discharged. If it's the shell, then that's a lot easier. It makes more sense. They were hoping that Anton, being a gun enthusiast, likely touched it so much that they were able to get a clean print. They almost got something off the first bullet, but no luck. The second bullet had no chance, so there's no way to prove you loaded it.
But how is the lack of fingerprints useful? We take what we can get. Perhaps it will come in handy. The gunpowder on his coat is what interests me. Where did that come from?
They believe he must have fired a gun sometime before he died. However, we can't say exactly when or what type of gun.
There was the bullet he fired upwards in the alleyway. Could it have come from that?
Forensics tested it, but it doesn't match. They said the gunpowder only matches if he fired the gun around 3 feet from the ground.
Maybe he shot at someone else with a third bullet? If so, we need to find proof soon. If he shot at someone else, they might have the bullet still inside them. The gunpowder evidence should be updated as well.
Ballistics also has an update for us. Both bullets fired from the murder weapon entered the body perpendicularly and were close to their respective entry points.
I mean, was that not obvious?
It's official now, no room for doubt.
I'll add up to the evidence. Ballistics report. Both bullets fired from the murder weapon entered the body perpendicularly and were close to their respective entry points. Thanks, Fred. For now, let's look around the place. Hey, Detective, do you think something might be a clue within these books?
I don't think he's the kind of person to hide something in such an obvious place.
You don't know that? I bet there's a secret book in here. Why else would he have all these books?
To look smart. Someone comes in and sees all the books and he says, "Wow, you're smart." Perhaps, bear with me. You read them all before.
Nah, he was rich. He could pay someone to read them for him. I'm going to dig into these and look for a clue.
There's 59 books in this room. Are you sure you want to check all of them?
On second thought, maybe he just wants to look smart. Do you think these fancy chairs are, what's the word? Useful? Like, they serve a purpose besides showing off? Oh, I want to try.
Detective Swift, you know you can't tamper with evidence. Until it's been properly documented.
Yes, sir. I'll write down everything about it. All that just to sit on a chair?
You can never be too careful on the job. Sue hates it when we don't document the evidence properly.
I inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny, like Miles Edgeworth. It's all clear.
Then by all means, sit all you like.
It's soft and comfy. Then why do you look so sad? Now I want one.
Best not look up the price. Your wallet should know. Miss Assistant, do you know what's written on here?
Nope. It just looks like numbers and shapes to me. When I looked earlier, Lowell said this information is strictly yada yada yada. I bet it doesn't even know what it means.
Sophie, help me move this.
Yes, sir.
Move it over there. Perfect.
Is that a safe?
I knew there was something hiding in here.
But how did you...
If Anton was willing to bring a package of illegal bullets here, he must have had some place to hide them.
Then how do we get in? Looks like it needs a code. Justy, do you have any evidence that might help? Evidence to help us open the safe. If I have something, I should bring it to Detective Hunt. I don't think I would have it yet. Oh, no, this. Do you think the people on the street over look up and see us looking down at them? Do they know if we're judging them from our tower?
No, why worry about that when the people on the street level are already judging you?
Fair point. Hey, detective? What do you see from up here?
You mean from this window?
Yeah, Lowell asked me the same question. I'm wondering what you think.
I think it's a city of people.
Wow, real original. Do you also think that Guys, I'm gonna shoot myself. Do you also think that chicken tastes like chicken?
What I mean is, people of all walks of life live here. Regardless of the culture, origin, or background, we are all people in the city. The only dividing factor is money. If everyone were the same, it wouldn't be the city I know and love.
Huh, that's deeper than I expected from you.
Don't worry, I still think chicken tastes like chicken. I just ask myself every day why I serve the city. I do it because of these people. I wouldn't want to work anywhere else in the world.
I really like this man. What have you been up to since we brought Joy in?
I got the case file from yesterday all cleaned up and ready for you too.
Yesterday's case file? Certainly saves me time, but why did you do that?
Something about yesterday's case left me wondering. What was Anton going to do about the flash drive? So I looked over the whole case.
Did you find something?
Nothing at all. But something tells me it might be important, so I got it for you too.
I'll take it off your hands. Previous case summary. The case from yesterday, cleaned up by Detective Hunt. Here's Newbuck shot Anton with a taser. Took his flash drive and escaped before Anton could get up. Come to think of it, you know a lot about forensics, Sophie? Oh no, I just know what every good detective should know. I doubt it. If Detective Hunt started speaking about fingerprints, I'd assume he was an imposter.
It hurts, but it's true. Did Sophie not tell you she wanted to go into forensics at one point?
She didn't! Why am I finding out now? It's not a big deal. I knew I wanted to get into criminal justice, and I thought about lab work. Back in high school, I used to study it for fun. But over time, I wanted to be involved in helping the city directly. Sitting behind a desk all day wasn't for me. So I joined the police academy and worked my way to becoming a patrol officer. But forensics sounds so cool! Should have stayed on the path.
But now she can use that knowledge as a detective. If you ask me, more police should learn forensics. A lot of bad arrests could be avoided if they learned the basics. We need to open the safe. Got any ideas?
Do we have evidence that could help us open the safe? Some kind of code? Here's the proof. Forensics found this paper in Lowell's car. Put S2021 as the safe combo.
I'll give it a try. Looks like forensics was right on the money. It's open.
Let's check inside.
And what do we have here? There's some private collection of gun accessories here.
This guy really likes guns, huh? Even as a hobby, this is a bit too much for my liking.
But check this out. Empty leftover bullet boxes.
This looks like... Oh! A partially filled pack of bullets. That's it? I expected something more illegal.
It's because these are hollow point bullets.
What are hollow point bullets? Here it is. They create a wider wound cavity when they hit someone. Azura City made them illegal for civilians because they can be more dangerous than standard bullets. But politics aside, something more important is missing. This isn't a full box. 2 bullets are missing. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I think so. Is there any way to prove any of the bullets that shot Anton were from this box?
I'll send this info to our coroner, Rebecca. She can confirm if the bullets match.
There's something else. A clock? What's this doing here?
I know that clock. It was on the wall over there on Sunday night.
Come to think of it... I remember now. Joyce said she saw the clock was missing.
Took you long enough. This is why you're the assistant and I'm the master.
Brilliant catch as always, Red. But why hide a clock in here? It's stuck at 8 p.m., so I think it's broken.
Someone didn't want anyone to find this. As for why, I'll leave that to you two.
I'm going to write this all down. Ready to replace the chalkboard evidence with a save and update all of it. Back to the bullets. With all these empty boxes, where did all the other bullets go?
I got intel saying he would practice at a private shooting range with his gun. One that would let something as minor as illegal bullets be ignored.
There are some really stubborn gun lovers in this country. So if Anton does use them regularly, that would explain why he needed more. So why was the code of the safe in Lowell's car?
Oh, my dear assistant, you asked the wrong question.
Detective Swift?
Detective Swift, what's the more important question?
Let me think. Is it... who else knows the code to the safe?
Exactly. We can worry about how Lowell knows... about how Lowell knows later. Yeah, I can't fucking speak. Someone opened the safe, and so far, only Lowell and Anton could have opened it.
Do you think Mr. Eubanks?
If you don't know, don't speculate. Just keep it in mind for now.
I'm going to update Meg's statement. Now that you found the safe, what are you going to do now?
With all the evidence in the safe, you can say I have plenty of ammo. I'm sure you're just gunning to go after them.
I'm sure you're just gunning to go after them.
Your punting game is getting good. I have no more to teach you. But yes, I want to look into where he got the hollow point bullets. I bet he smuggled those into the city. You do got a murder to solve. Leave the smuggling case to me.
We won't let you down, sir. Solving a smuggling case sounds fun. I hope we get a chance to help him someday. Okay, I guess... interrogation room now. May 2nd, Desert City Police Precinct number 5, interrogation room. Hi, guys. Detective, I thought we were going to speak with just Chandra. Why is Hannah here? I figured maybe her partner in crime could help. As for why I brought you two in, I'm hoping you two can answer some questions. I already told you everything I know about the charity. It isn't about the Klaus orphanage this time. What we want to know is about Eubanks investments themselves. Can you tell us anything we wouldn't know about the company? Well, there is one thing, but I can't. I signed an NDA with Eubanks, plus it wouldn't be right. Eubanks Investments has been hitting the red with a capital R. Hannah, you signed the NDA. I did nothing of the sort. If anyone asks, I have a top-secret network of spies that feed me all the information I need. So, telling the police is forbidden, but telling your friends is not? I mean... shit. No. Fuck. Is that okay? Okay. Scared me. Chandelier, the former maid at the Eubanks estate. Despite her attempted robbery, she knows a lot more about Eubanks Investments. A presumptuous witness, Chandra's best friend who helped her rob the Eubanks estate.
I really like how these two are like still relevant.
What do you mean by hitting the red? Eubanks Investments has been failing to make a profit for about a year now, with new investments not paying off. They need to secure a bank loan and investors for their upcoming projects, but they need a plan on how this money will be used. The bank won't just give you a loan for nothing. They need to know that you can pay it off with that you can offer collateral. To get a loan, they need property that is worth investing in. My sources found out about it 3 months ago. Your statement. Eubanks Investments needs a bank loan to keep the company going. They can only get it by getting property that is worth investing in. That's a lot more in-depth than I was expecting, coming from you. What can I say? My sources are great! Thank you. Then you better hope your sources don't get in trouble because of you. It shouldn't be hard to find land to invest in. I can think of a few rundown areas that could use the investment. If I had to guess, they don't seem eager to invest in the poorest areas. My sources said the poorest neighborhoods are risky ventures. Mr. Eubank needs to find a safe investment or else the company is finished. The city is running out of risk-free land to invest in, so they haven't had the best luck. That does add a lot of context. Thank you, Hannah. Tell your sources we thank them as well. How come I can see the viewing room? Isn't it normally dark? We only keep it one way during interrogations. Since Chandra's here, we decided to make it more open. Make it casual. Exactly. We're all friends here. Gotta keep things casual. I don't remember agreeing to that. How about co-workers, colleagues, work fellows? I know Hannah can be a bit much, but she's a good person. Not everyone would try to cover for a friend like she did. Right, but I'm sticking to co-workers only for this case. I had never noticed those books in the viewing room before. Are they for people to read while waiting? If you ask me, watching from the outside is a lot more fun than reading. I still don't get why banks won't approve loans to the poorest neighborhoods. Surely it's the poorest areas that have the most potential for growth. I might know why. There's a stigma against being poor. Growing up in the poor East Bay, I was told to act like I was from the West Bay in school. My family didn't want others to view us as poor. If I had to guess, that stigma likely applies to bank loans too. Banks are businesses, but businesses are run by humans. If they think they won't make any money, even for dumb reasons, they won't risk it. Economics can never be unbiased as long as humans remain biased. So Eubanks Investments can't get a loan because the bank doesn't think they make a profit off the poor? Exactly. Eubanks Investments doesn't turn poor areas wealthy, they kick the poor out for the wealthy. At least that's what Hannah's sources told us. Can't Eubanks Investments get work from the city like 10 years ago? Eubanks Investments appeared at the right time to get that funding. Now the politics of Azure City have moved on to other issues. Homelessness is a major topic, and Mayor Bolton's proposal to fight it isn't popular, so if the city has any money to spare, Mayor Bolton's opponents won't let him use it. I see. I should keep up with city politics. With everything that happened in the last few weeks, it seems that you're recovering well. It might look like it, but I haven't fully recovered. I started getting seizures since the accident. The medication my doctor gave me is helping, but it's likely permanent. You're getting seizures from being hit on the head? If the head injury is strong enough, it's possible. In a frying pan, would it be heavy enough? I'm not even allowed to drive until I can get I can go half a year without a seizure. Lucky her best friend Hannah is here to help. Until she recovers, I'm going to try to drive her around the city as needed.
Shouldn't you both be in jail? Shouldn't you both be arrested right now? Store? I think. Okay. May 2nd, Zero City, Sunrise District, Nickel and Diamonds Antiques.
Dad, are you here?
Justina, Detective Swift. It's good to see you two. Is everything alright?
Mr. Smith, we wanted to follow up on what happened yesterday.
Oh, please. We're basically family now. Call me Ash. Harris called me yesterday to explain what happened. Looks like we need to find another buyer. Some legal issues to settle since he signed the paperwork and everything. But thankful Gray is able to help sort it out.
Gray? Who's that?
Gray Earl. That nice clerk's brother.
Didn't you know? Sue's older brother is a business attorney, like Mrs. Eubanks, but works with all sorts of small businesses. I'm surprised she got you in touch with him.
I'll tell you about it later. I better catch you up with what I learned. Gray's been helping me make sure the store can sell after what happened yesterday. He says Luna is not at risk for any legal troubles. Yay! I really liked Harris. Seemed like a stand-up kind of guy. But I trust Gray to figure that out. Still, I doubt Eubank Investments would want the store. I have no use for it.
Mr. Smith's statement. Gray Earl has been helping Ash to make sure the store can sell. He doesn't know why Anton wanted the store. I'm glad he's helping you, but I wish you didn't need a lawyer.
Let the old man worry about that. You have a case to solve.
My dad and glassmaker for Nickel and Diamonds Antiques. He wants to retire from glassmaking and do more gardening.
While you two are here, stay for a while.
You sure have a lot of plants in the store?
I wouldn't say it's a lot.
Yes, Dad, it's a lot.
Don't say that. Gardening is in your blood. These plants are as much your family as your mom and I. Wouldn't say that about your family, would you?
They're plants, Dad. Plants don't have feelings. Sounds like your family has a love of plants you don't share.
My wife, Primrose, really, can make a patch of dirt into a beautiful garden. Give her a lump of wood and she will carve you whatever your heart desires.
My dad isn't the only artist in my family. My mom is one too. Just with plants.
When I first met Primrose, my thumb was as far from green as can be. With the store being sold soon, I have been trying my hand at new types of art.
I would have thought the two would be very different.
That's the joy of life. We all have the chance to appreciate the things we used to hate. Like a seedling. We all grow in ways we can never dream.
But unlike you, I doubt I will ever take joy in gardening. We should get more cameras for this store.
Yeah, we are selling the store, dear. There's no reason to buy more. Let the new owner buy more if he's worried.
Your dad's right. I know, I just feel guilty. I should have pushed for more security here earlier. I was the manager here. I could have done more.
Justina, you were a better manager than I could have ever been. You couldn't foresee Anton's death, let alone that he would be found here.
It's the culprit's fault for the murder, not yours. So, rather than feeling guilty, let's solve this case. I love all these animals you make.
Judging the spirit of animals is both challenging and rewarding. Animals move, change, and interact with the world. I never get tired of making them, no matter how big or small they are.
My dad has been making them for as long as I can remember. I once thought he would make his own zoo.
Then glass zoo would be fun. Certainly easier to take care of a glass rabbit than a real one.
Can you make me an owl? I would love to get one.
When this is all solved, I'll make you one on the house.
This metal detector was surprisingly important yesterday. For helping us solve the case? Yeah, good job, metal detector. Now I can finally break you apart in peace. Break apart? That's so mean. Listen, for how annoying it was yesterday, it doesn't deserve to live. I'm doing my dad, no, the world a favor. I always like the green animals. They look so happy.
Ever since you were a kid, you loved green. Even as an adult, you haven't outgrown it.
I love how each color is given its own shelf.
It was an idea Justina came up with after Soul passed away. She said that rainbows can attract the eyes of customers.
And did it work? You know, I'm not sure. Come to think of it, how would I judge if it works? Oh, whatever, it looks nice and that's all that matters. Looks like you finally cleaned up the soil from yesterday.
And I'm glad I did. I'm not going to leave a dirty store.
So, did you ever find out what happened?
You know, the funniest thing happened.
May 1st, 3 p.m. Azure City Sunrise District Nickel and Diamond Antiques.
I hope Justine and the detective are doing alright. Harris is a good person. I wouldn't want him to be a murderer. Oh, Luna, what is it?
My girl, my girl. Ash, I need to confess something. I broke the pot here last night. I'm sorry.
Is the pot over here? I was wondering about that. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll clean it right up.
But it had your newest flower. I had to act quickly to save it. I thought you would be mad.
Oh, I see. Luna, do you know why I got that flower?
No? Why?
It was for you. Blue gilias represent love. Something I want you to carry with you to college. I know your relationship with your mom is rocky, and none of the Smiths can be there with you. But we love you. And you will always have a home here. This flower was my farewell gift to you.
I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. I can see everything I need on your face. I remember when Justina and Jean went off to college. It was like years of hard work raising them and finally paid off. You'd think I'd be used to it by now.
Thank you, Ash.
When you graduate, you can show me the flower and how much it has grown.
I promise to take good care of it.
I know you will. Don't forget the video call. I can give you all the advice to help raise the little plant. Or just call to let us know how you're doing.
Can you believe it was Luna? Yeah, who knows? I like the song.
Ballad for Justina.
But this isn't for Justina. Yeah, who knew? I already proved he did it to myself. Serious conversation aside, why hasn't anyone mentioned Sue's brother? You didn't tell me you had a sister until yesterday. It's the same thing. Yeah, but Jean is boring unless you need someone to put on a fashion show.
And someday you should try taking an interest in her work someday. You might be able to bond with her better. But as for Gray, best lawyer I ever worked with.
Gray must be a great lawyer. He has a pretty successful career. I think he could give Mrs. Eubanks a run for her money, both as a lawyer and as a tea drinker. I'm surprised Sue got you in touch with him.
Sue asked him to help out for free, in exchange for some glass animals. He's a glass art collector. Been here a few times and I didn't even know. But paying in glass is a perfect deal for me.
Maybe after this case I should go meet him. Sounds like an interesting guy.
Oh, please don't tell me it's shitting the bed.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. After everything that happened with Harris, is it the right time to try and sell the store?
I'll sell this place like a rattle on a snake.
Wait, what?
Yes, I will. I just wanted to say something fun like Harris.
I think you are fun just the way you are, Ash. Anyway, I'm sure Harris is already in custody. Artie is much more interested in our current case, so I doubt she would want to spend too much time on him. Get that settled and move on. Is she really that busy? Up to the roof in cases and can only focus on the biggest ones. Let's take a field trip there. I can show you all the sights. That doesn't sound fun. A law office sounds like the most boring field trip.
Edgeworth isn't boring.
Wait a second, is there a city police precinct number 5 viewing room?
If it isn't the detectives that cost me my job. How wonderful to see you both. To what do I owe the pleasure?
In case you forgot, you're the one who moved the body. We just happened to be passing by. What are you doing here?
Just waiting around for all the legal work to be finished. I can't exactly leave the station, so I thought I'd wait around here for a while. You two are welcome to waste your time here. We'll never cross paths again. So feel free to enjoy me while it lasts.
I do really like him as a character. I think the voice I do for him plays a big part in that, though.
And don't think you can get any information about my evidence here. This is strictly a casual visit.
I doubt we will find any evidence here. But if I have time, I do have the option to talk with him a bit. It's so cool we can look inside, but the people inside can't see us. Do you ever wonder if this is how the gods view us? Watching us from a one-way window as we go about our days? And keep track of actions so they know what our next life will be after we pass away? I wonder if they have favorites, like some people who have such interesting lives that they follow daily. I never thought of it. I bet they have been following you for the last few weeks. You went from desk work to the front lines in a matter of hours. Who wouldn't want to watch your every move? If anything, you're the most interesting one, but the gods watch you race around the city all day long. Two chairs sitting against the back of the wall. A pair of lovers who will never be apart. They took on the weight of everyone who sits with them. The weak, the sad, and those with a broken heart. Very poetic. You know, I never gave this a proper look. No, you're right, Judge's Codes. I didn't know this was placed here. It wasn't always here. I think it was added 5 or so years ago. There was this big media frenzy about someone claiming not to know their rights. Claimed that the police never told them and forced them to confess under stress. So they put up this sign? Forced is the better word. The city had to do something proactive, so they passed the law to require it. Now every police station viewing room in the city has a document like this on their wall. But what about the person who started it? Did they really not know their rights? I can't say. Both sides claimed the other was lying, so the whole case became a mess. The courts ruled that if the police followed proper protocol in the interrogation room, this whole thing could have been avoided. While reading the judge's code might be repetitive every time you bring in a new witness, it's important. Once you get released, what do you plan to do? I don't think he should be released. I really don't think he should be released. Sophie, I think you shot the bet on this one.
Go to another company and work my way up. It didn't work out for Eubanks Investments, but there are plenty of companies to work for. Many of them would love to hire the former president of Eubanks Investments. But you moved the body! Even if you're not charged, what you did was still illegal! Do 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 do. Then I should fit in quite nicely with any corporation. By the gods! But don't you dream of doing something else? Anything that doesn't involve chaining yourself to a company? And what is a dream? Just a shackle to a future that might never come. If I have to be chained to something, let it be something that gives me the tools to live my life. rather than follow some foolish dream.
What do you mean?
It's simple, really. When I was younger, I had a friend who would let me borrow his family's guitar. I would try and play it, slowly learning the chords, the hand placements, etc. My 10-year-old self had a dream to be a famous musician. A silly dream that every child leaves at one point. But that dream was always going to be a dream. Few people ever make a career in music. I mean, becoming the president of a company also seems like it's just always going to be a dream for most people. Yet here you are. Maybe if you invested the time to becoming a famous musician, to make a career in music, you could have been a famous musician. But you chose to spend that time here. Rather than being chained to that, I freed myself.
Why don't you try and play again, even if it's just for fun?
Because I'll never be good enough to make it worth the time. If I can't be the best, why go for it? My time is better spent elsewhere.
If Lowell was as dedicated to music as he was to... If Lowell was as dedicated to music as he was to his job, maybe he could have made it.
Hold on.
Okay. You know, you and Detective Hunt have very similar looking watches.
You have quite the eye. I also noticed the two of us have the same taste. In my case, this watch was given to me by my granddad. He called it a good luck charm.
I don't think a good luck charm would have put you in hot water with the police.
And yet, I'll be walking out of here a free man. That's pretty lucky to me.
That watch must be pretty old if you got it from your granddad.
He said it was the first thing he ever purchased with his own money. He worked as a shoe shiner as a child on the weekend to afford it. Some days he would tell my dad these stories of his hardship of growing up in Azure City. Or the good old days, as he would like to call it.
And the watch still works? That's pretty impressive.
I had to get it fixed a few times, but it still works. Time is money were the words my granddad told me when he gave me this watch. I never truly understood those words until I became an adult. Now I know those words are to live by. Guess that's all for him. Alright. Statements. I know he doesn't have something we can talk with. I feel like we were gonna have to refute her. Press slow to remain between point and hand time. Evidence. Okay.
And this statement almost works. I think another statement would be better too. Which statement is better? No. Kaneki. Bye? No. Cars? Yep. Whoever it is who has found out that Anton has been trying to gather property around the city. Anton could have used this property's location for a profitable development. He already tried that with an orphanage, and he was willing to do it again here. Which is why we are trying to get as much information as possible.
Why would he need property so badly?
Evidence that shows why they needed property. Do I have that? I have the evidence right here. It seems that he needs to keep gaining property to keep the company afloat. We believe it's connected to his death. The timing is impeccable otherwise. Do you know anything about Anton that could help us out?
I see. I don't know how helpful it is, but I can tell you a story. It's a full story about what happened 10 years ago.
You mean when the story was bought? Justina told me everything yesterday.
There's a bit more to the story her mother and I left out. 10 years ago, Sol and I were looking to start a business and came across Eubanks Investments. As you know, Luna was hurt, and we spoke with the Eubanks at the time. Justina might have said they simply agreed, but they didn't. As soon as hospital bills were piling up, Sol pleaded with the Eubanks for support, but they ignored him. We wanted them to pay for the hospital bill and admit that they lied about the quality of the building, but they refused to listen.
You never told me about this.
We were 12 at the time, so a simple story was easier to explain. Anton in particular was refusing to budge one bit on the matter. He said it was the building construction company's fault, and they were in no way liable. They told Sol that he was at fault for not bringing a safety inspector with him. Sol threatened to press charges against them for lying about the state of the building, and that finally got their attention. Spent hours in a single room, trying to reach an agreement. It was almost pushed to court, and suddenly Mrs. Eubank gave in to our demands. She gave us the building and paid for Luna's hospital bill, provided we dropped the case.
I'll update your statement. Why did she give in later?
I can't say. Maybe it was Justina's mom. She was ready to hurl a chair if I didn't stop her. You would think she was Luna's mom. Anton was not happy, but was powerless to stop it.
But wasn't he president?
He was, but Mr. Eubank took his wife's side, and that was that. So, as for why Mr. Eubank did that, my guess is they were married at the time. Of course he would support his wife. I wonder if Anton ever let that go. That's the full story of how we got the store.
Why didn't you tell me about this? You had all these details for 10 years.
Those 7 days of fighting weren't all for this building. They were for Luna, too. We didn't want their money out of greed, but had to have them pay for hurting her. But we agreed to tell you and your sister a nicer story. There's enough hate in the world, and we don't want the hate to be a cycle.
When this all started, I was sure the Eubanks were kind and friendly because of what you told me. That's why I joined the embezzlement case on the first day.
And how were they when you met them?
Mrs. Eubank clearly was as kind as I was told. Mr. Eubank, he's scarier, a liar, and controlling, but I don't see him as a murderer. This whole case, it's so complex. I don't know how we'll solve it.
I don't know if anything I told you we'll help you find the culprit, but if anyone can catch them, it's you.
You really think so?
You got that fire in your eyes, like a furnace ready to make beautiful glass. I've known you all your life, and I've never seen you more invested in anything like these cases. Even if no one calls you detective, you are one to me.
Trust me, I don't have to go as far for someone to call me one. But thanks, I needed that. I'm still a little mad at you and Mom for hiding it.
When you have kids someday, you'll understand.
Think that's all we can get here?
Alright. I think this is...
Those plea deals should be ready. Come on, we don't want to miss this. Are you sure this deal is worth it? He moved a dead body and is throwing his own boss under the bus. Are we sure we can trust him? Too late now. Come on. I really hope she knows what she's doing. May 2nd, Azure City Police Precinct Number 5, Station Offices. I'm glad you can all make it. Mr. Eubanks is in the interrogation room. You'll be ready if Lowell keeps his end of the deal. I will only accept concrete proof. Anything less, and I will demand defamation charges against my husband.
I have quite the audience. It's an honor to be the one solving this little case. Without further ado, here you go. A photo I took right after Anton died.
What happened?
When I arrived, he was already like this. I simply took a picture. If his body hit the desk...
If his body hit the desk, that would explain why the phone turned off. And Joey couldn't eavesdrop. Where is Anton's body?
It's out of frame because he fell closer to the door. You can see it. You can't see it or the blood because of the angle.
We confirmed the time was at 8:05 p.m. that night. I see. I'll add it to the evidence. Lowell's photo. Lowell took this photo the night of the murder. Mr. Eubank had Anton's gun near his right hand. Anton's body is out of frame, taken at 8:05 p.m. that night. Mrs. Eubank? If you need me, I would be in the interrogation room with my client. I won't speak about this evidence until then.
Well, I did my part. Now, if you would excuse me...
Mr. Ledger, you will remain here.
On what grounds? No charges have been dropped, remember?
We need to determine whether this photo and the crime scene have been tampered with. Once we verify the authenticity, you will be free to go.
Fine, but everything I gave is real. I look forward to being let go.
I guess that's our cue to head to the interrogation room.
End of Case 5, Part 3. Is she just automatically gonna go there? I guess, well, I will see you all next time. When we finish the main game here. And catch Eubank or Lowell in their lies. Bye-bye!